The internet is rotting children's brains. Is something that people said about the internet when we were growing up. What you think about that?
Yeah, to a
Yeah,
certain extent.
yeah. We saw that
Like
this week
I don't
with
even have much of a. I mean, we're in the unique position where we were there when it wasn't around really, and then we were there. We're here now that it's like a part of the like it's just a part of
part of
life.
life.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, and I mean, we could literally debate or not even debate, but just talk about for hours probably. But man, are we those old people? Like, are we now like those dumbass kids, that kind of thing?
Remember, do it for the gram, do it for the vine.
You can do it for
Yeah.
yeah, but Vine's old school now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. So the reason I brought it up is because this week we saw that another young streamer, dude. It's not even the fact that it's a streamer, but it's that it's a young kid, dude. Got kicked off of their platform. I think they got kicked off Kick permanently, which is the platform that they were streaming on. And if you haven't guessed by now, it's Jack Doherty. And if
Dude,
you
I don't
haven't
even know
seen
what
the
kick is.
if you
That's
Kick,
that's what makes me feel old.
Kick is just a new website. That's all it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, man. If you guys haven't seen the video, if you haven't seen the video, so he went out doing stuff for the internet,
First,
like
first
always.
of all, you're gonna have to explain this to me, and it works perfectly because you know this stuff better than I do. Who the fuck is Jack Doherty?
So Jack Doherty, he's one of those kids, and I'm gonna say kid because this dude is still a fucking kid, who got famous off of doing something stupid on the internet, which was like trick or treating the day after Halloween, which was funny. It was funny, dude. That was fucking. That was I never would have
He
thought
got
of trick
what?
or treating after. He got famous because he made a video when he was a kid, trick or treating the day after Halloween.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then from there,
Damn.
it's just he just kept one upping himself, and he's that kind of content creator. I don't even know if they're
How
called content creators.
how old is he?
Dude, I think he's like 19, 18 or 19.
Oh, he's a youngster, huh?
Yeah.
No, he's 21.
Oh, he's 21. Either way, he's still a fucking kid, dude. At 21, I still didn't know what I was doing, you know? So I'm gonna keep calling him a kid.
Here, I'm actually looking him up now.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
he was
God,
he
dude.
was pretty damn big, but he's one of those
You know
YouTubers
who this?
that got famous from doing stupid shit. But yeah, dude,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
crashed his $200,000 car, a McLaren.
A McLaren.
Yeah, and it's funny, dude, because
I'm assuming it's like a brand new. He just bought it and then he crashed it.
I think he's had it for a little while.
Hmm.
Because I saw a video that somebody posted where he bought it and he's driving and he goes, I don't even know what to do with this. And I was like, bro, that is so irresponsible that they would sell a 20-year-old a $200,000 car. That seems like an
Yeah,
irresponsibility on
bro,
the
people just
dealership,
want that
dude.
sale.
Yeah,
Like
man.
they're,
That fucking. So it sucks that people are like facilitating his douchebaggery.
Jesse Plemons.
Just let me show you the video. All right. All right. And we'll stop it
Immediate
there.
panic.
Immediate panic, as you can see. Not only that, not only immediate panic, it was like the dumbest thing. Why would you punch it in the rain to begin with?
Dude, first of all, when I saw the rain, I was like, "Oh man,
You
oh
know where
man,
this is. You know where this is going. You've seen the video a million times.
yeah." Well,
But
not really, but I mean, like I
no,
said,
but
dude, I didn't even know. I wasn't even sure who Jack. I know you were telling me that there was like a YouTuber that crashed his car, and
dude, a 200,
it
not
was
not just
news
his
or whatever.
car, not just his car, it's $200,000
Yeah,
car,
yeah,
a supercar.
a
That's
down payment for
for a
a house
house,
for most
dude.
people.
God damn. But here's the
Yeah,
weird shit. I see this and everybody's like, "Oh, this fucking kid, he ruined his life." Yeah, maybe for the better. He got out before he died, or he killed himself in a car accident like this, because this shit could have gone way worse.
see this shit. Yeah,
You know,
yeah, he's super lucky,
you
dude.
know. Man, kids are stupid, but God, some parents are way stupider. Who gives a kid this much power? You know what I mean?
It's that thing, dude. It's that thing where it's like it's like a pride thing, but then it's also I don't know about showing off, but I would say it's more pride than anything because you're sitting there and you're like, my kid has whatever a
Yeah.
Porsche or a, you know what I mean, and then you know what our form of that is for our parents. It was just the simple fact that they could buy a soda all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like
Or
my kids drink.
that
They know it's
we
not
got junk
necessarily
food
good
this
for us,
week.
but they're like, my kid.
Yeah.
I get my kids always have soda. They always have Coke or whatever.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I see everybody blaming the kid, man, but fuck, dude. Honestly, where were the parents at?
Yeah, that shit's
Bro, how do you
it is irresponsible. But
how do you let your kid become this, dude?
I'm assuming this kid's like got millions in the bank.
He probably does. I wouldn't doubt it. He's been YouTubing for a long time. Like I said, his first
Yeah,
popular YouTube video when he was like 12 or 13. He looked really young in the video. I only saw a little clip of it, but
dude, I
trick or
saw his
treating the
images and
day
I was like,
after
this
Halloween, I was
as a
like,
kid.
yeah, man. And that's crazy though, cause yo, as a parent, how do you not step in and go like, hey, you need to get in line, cause
Yeah.
shit's
First of
not
all,
gonna
you need
go
to be
great.
responsible. You got a McLaren, but I need you to learn how to drive a McLaren because a McLaren is not like a I don't even know what's a nice car that he would have before then. That's just like a regular car.
Fucking a Lexus or a high end Honda,
High
you
end
know?
Honda. He ain't driving no high end Honda.
No, fuck no.
We're driving low end Hondas.
Bro, I'm driving a car from the year I was born in. And I'm not even driving it right now because the radiator fan doesn't work. But can you
Yeah.
imagine? I can see how like kids end up like this, and it feels like it's
Yeah.
the irresponsibility of the parents.
I mean, I can't even, dude. The thing is I can't even imagine. I can't even put myself in that. I can't. It's like almost like I feel wrong judging either because it's like I
I
don't know
did
what it's
shit
like
too.
to have that kind of money. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
what would I buy? I like to say that I don't think just knowing myself that I would be that kind of person that I'd probably live more humbly than that. But it's to each
maybe
their own. And
today.
somebody
Maybe if I got rich today, I would have lived more humbly, and I
if
probably
you're
might be.
21,
But when you're 21, dude, that's a lot. That's a lot of power, dude. Millions of
yeah,
dollars
that's
at
a great point.
21 is power.
And dude, what do we say about power? Every time it
Absolute
corrupts.
corrupts, bro.
Yeah,
And
dude,
it sucks.
it'll
It
bring you
sucks, man.
down.
Cause I'm sure his viewer base is all kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And it sucks, but at the same time, it's like, dude, I remember doing stupid shit. And the worst part is, I did
oh yeah,
stupid stuff, and I didn't get paid for it. I didn't make millions off of it,
yeah,
dude. I was telling
yeah.
you. I was telling you.
That's what I was looking at here. It's like he does a lot of shit like that, right? Like a lot of his videos are him either doing some type of stunt or like
Yeah,
some prank type shit.
dude. And sometimes it works. I mean, look at Jackass. They
That's
made
what
a
I was
whole
gonna,
career out of
dude.
doing
It's
stuff
funny
and
you brought up you. It's
pranking.
funny you brought up Jackass, dude, because I was literally like, I was thinking about how when you were talking earlier about how when we were kids, we were probably still doing stupid shit like that, but it's just we didn't have cameras like that to catch it all,
Yeah.
and I think about Jackass, honestly, and I love Jackass, man. I love the Jackass guys. Anytime one of their movies comes out, it's probably the most I'll ever laugh in a movie
Bro,
theater.
I watched Action Park. Come on. I fucking love Jackass.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it kind of it was like what wrestling did, but to a tent to like the ed, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
to the
because
next level. Because
they were doing it outside where everybody
yeah,
had access to.
I
I don't
mean
have access
it's
to a wrestling ring, but I got
I
access to
mean like
outside.
the wrestling thing is like we were doing all the stupid antics that some of these our favorite
Oh
wrestlers
yeah,
would do. Like I said,
the
like the whole
people's elbow.
the Degeneration X and the Suck It and all that kind of shit. Stone Cold flipping people off, and we were doing all that thinking that we were like Stone Cold or like Shawn Michaels or whatever. And
Oh,
uh
we were
and
nerds.
yeah, I mean yeah to
It
a
was all
certain extent.
geeks.
But that dude, if you look back, like that's what we all like. It wasn't meant for kids, but we were watching it.
Yeah,
Like that. Everybody, everybody had their favorite wrestler and all that, and then Jackass comes out, and it's like it's just regular people doing stupid shit, and then now you're just remember when Party Boy came out, like the Party Boy
oh
bit in
dude,
the first movie. I think it was the
yeah.
first movie, But like, all of a sudden you're hearing all these kids like start playing that shit and they're doing it
The
to their friends and
song, the
everybody's
dancing,
planning it.
yeah.
Like we're all just gonna get this person when they come out. We're just gonna start doing you know what I
The
mean?
party boy. Woo.
My point is that we're out here just like copying some crazy stupid shit that we see people do.
It's not that he learned this from somebody. It's that, and it happens to everybody. Dude. I think they're like, you get to a point to where you're like, how do I top everything that I've done? All right.
Yeah, you got to keep going up.
You got to keep going, and then eventually you're gonna fall off, and that sucks
Yeah.
because that's what happened to him, dude. He's so young.
Icarus.
Yeah, he already messed up, and that sucks. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, I don't think he hasn't seen, because this has happened to other content creators and stuff, YouTubers, streamers, whatever you want to call them.
You've heard stories or headlines like this before.
Yeah, and it's so weird that like people haven't learned, like, hey, maybe this is kind of dangerous, like that early fame from little kids. And I mean, it's kind of weird that like at 13 this kid's life is already out there. I mean, dude, we're
That's
I'm
how young
almost,
he was when he started.
yeah, he was like I said, like a kid. He was trick-or-treating still and thinking it was
Damn.
fucking fun. But it's like,
I mean that's yeah.
yeah,
When I
because to
first heard
put
that video, I was like, God damn it, man.
to put yourself out there like that at that
Okay.
age, and then just be a public figure, like it's wild. And
Yeah.
again, like, where were the parents at, dude? Like, somebody had to be there to be like, hey, man, you need to make sure you don't jump the shark too soon. You know what
It's
I
like
mean?
a form of the child actor effect.
Yeah,
Like you grow
dude.
you grow up under a microscope and everybody sees you, and then just something gets missed there. You know what I mean? And now you have a certain level of power and probably influence, like, even over your parents, because you're making more money than them at a certain point. It just I imagine that's just a weird dynamic to go, like a weird thing to go through. Uh,
Yeah, especially
like I
just,
said, can
or
only
to be
imagine.
able to, like, the day you turn 18, be like, I'm leaving. I already have a house. It's fully furnished. My internet's connected starting today. All this at 18, that seems, it's alien to me. But it's
Yeah.
it's weird that, again, we've seen it happen 100 times, and like people don't step in. Like, you do hear a lot of outcry on the internet, people being like, oh, don't watch them, they're only making things worse. People talking about them, being like, hey, this is
Yeah.
not what to do, and recommending to them to stop. But then it's like, is it like an addiction, I wonder?
I don't know. And then well, you know what? You bring up, like, whenever I look at a video and I hear comments like that, my immediate thought is like, that's an older person that's just, basically get off my
Disconnected.
lawning. It's just, it's so easy especially when you're younger, to dismiss any kind of comments like that make any kind of sense, because you're sitting
Yeah.
there like, it's just which is stupid, because adults would know better, and you should listen to adults,
Yeah, dude,
in
I
that
remember
sense.
I didn't always listen to my
But
parents.
dude, nobody, it's like
That's
it's an inherent thing with kids and teenagers and young adults, is like, we're just not, we think we know,
oh, dude.
we're just
Bro,
not gonna listen.
I'm almost 40 and I still don't know.
You
I
have to
feel
learn,
like I
you got to
still
learn the
don't know,
hard
dude.
way.
Yeah, yeah.
Spoiler in the hard way.
What do they say? Les gusta la mala vida? Just learning the hard
Yep.
way, dude. It's pretty rough. But dude, it sucks. Again, like, his career is over. I think he's kicked off every platform he's on. I'm not 100%
Just
if
for
he's
this
still on
video.
YouTube. Yeah, because he had already been kicked off of Twitch.
I wonder, like, what did he get kicked off for?
Doing stupid shit.
Really, you can't just I mean,
Well, like, people.
I applaud Twitch and all that for not like standing up for that shit, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, there's a certain level of
No,
freedom,
no,
but like, I
like,
mean, it's not
yeah,
like
but
is he fucking with people?
yeah, like, he's harassing strangers and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
And so I think he's still
Yeah.
on. I think he's still on Twitter. I haven't checked. I don't even know where the fuck this dude's at. But it was just like, where's this kid gonna go now, dude? Like, that's gotta be hard for him too, dude. Like, being like, I have nowhere to post my videos. I have nowhere to post my content that I'm gonna keep getting paid. So it's like, what do you do now? Do you just be like, well, now I gotta get a fucking job like a regular person? Because that's also gotta be like super defeating.
Yeah. Well, he could have easily moved this over to something where he's working like with an actual station that I mean, yeah, there's a certain level of bullshit to that because when you see those other kind of, those other kind of shows like that, I think like Impractical Jokers and all that, it's like people
Uh,
are signing forms and all that to make it okay for them to post whatever kind of video or put up whatever kind of video of them, even though they're getting pranked, quote unquote pranked. And I don't know how much of it is real or not, but I mean, if you're messing with people and they're unaware of what's going on, and then you're posting, without their permission, a video of them reacting or
no,
whatever to
so it
what's
wasn't
going.
even like that, dude. Like he would literally just film himself walking down the street and like trying to strong arm people, trying to like fucking. I'm not talking about pranking. Now. I'm talking about like harassment on the street, yelling shit at
Oh,
people. And so he ended up he's a fucking he's a dick. He's a dick. That's straight up.
yeah.
He's a
I mean,
spoiled
look at his
brat.
picture. Look
Huh?
at his picture. You can tell me that's not the face of a
Oh, a spoiled brat. Yeah, bro. And just looking at him, you're like, this kid is not.
with that jawline. He kind of looks like a dick.
He's gonna want to fight you, bro. I'll fight him for you.
Oh man.
But damn, it sucks. It sucks that, like, the worst part is had he. So here's why he got kicked off a Kick. Their reason was he endangered his camera guy. So they got in the accident. We're not gonna show the accident. You can find the video online. If you watch back the part we showed you, you'll know where to find it. Um, but his friend, who's his camera guy, was in the passenger seat, and when he crashed, he received a head injury. Luckily, he was
Mm.
fine. Nobody was hurt too bad, hopefully, because I mean, sometimes you don't see shit till like
Yeah.
after some time, and then you start like, oh shit, I'm starting to get headaches, or oh my back's
Yeah.
starting to hurt. But so they're pulling him out of the car, like people are pulling him out of his car, and he's like, he has the camera up and he's fucking filming himself. Get me out, get me out. And then he hands the camera to his camera guy after he gets pulled out, and his camera guy is all bloody on half of the face. And he showed that, and they're like, dude, why did you tell him to keep recording? Because the kid wanted content, right?
Yeah.
So he keeps recording and he puts everything up, and then people are like, what the, like, all right, we knew you were a dick, but dude, like, your camera guy is seriously injured and you're gonna make him keep filming because you need the content.
Yeah.
And so
You think
that's
that's
where it started, and then people just started going back on his old stuff, and they're like, dude, this kid should never have been in this position.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, you shouldn't be coming up for some stupid shit like that.
yeah,
But I mean, yeah, and that's if anything a conversation in itself of like why are these kind of kids the ones that are becoming. I mean, I guess it's like we really yearn like for the scandalous shit. I don't know. That's a
yeah,
whole nother
yeah.
conversation in itself. But I was gonna
That's,
say like,
dude, it's not even a whole conversation. You hit the nail on the head. People like
yeah,
the scandal, and you know
yeah,
what?
yeah.
You can't.
Somebody going out there. Some of those videos of people doing like nice shit. Like I think about like those landscapers that go out and they're recording themselves,
Oh yeah, I like
like do
watching those.
somebody's lawn for free or some shit like that.
Those are dope.
That's cool stuff, and you got other good content out there, but unfortunately, it just doesn't grab the eye
Yeah,
the way that
I
some of
don't know,
these
dude.
other.
I love that comfort content where you're just like watching the guy. He's like, "Oh, I'm out here this weekend. I did a lawn down the street and I drove by this one and I thought it was overgrown." He goes, "It's time to do my free lawn for the week." So I found the neighbors and I started, and then he like goes into this whole thing. It's like, "Oh, that's cool," and kind of OCDing where like they cut everything down and they make it even and all this stuff. I'm really OCDing on those videos, but um, uh that's I honestly love that content. I don't know how people just like it's the same as reality TV, dog. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how people watch this.
Yeah,
It's not bad, it's not horrible, but at the same time, it's like, you know,
it's brain rot TV,
yeah.
brain
Yeah.
rot content.
Oh, it gets
It's
back
just
to my
like
point. It gets back to my point. The internet is rotting the kid's mind. Honestly, I'll tell
Yeah.
you, dude. I told you, when I was a kid, I was jumping out of moving cars, trying to stand on the hoods of moving cars, skating over ledges,
Yeah.
skating in back of stores, trying to
Stupid
jump
shit.
gaps. Yeah, that I knew I was never gonna make because I wasn't skilled like that. hurting myself, and I was like, "Damn, I didn't even get paid for that." And these kids
No,
are
you weren't doing it for the gram. You were doing it
uh, for the
you know,
rebellion.
for the props. For
Uh,
for like I don't even,
I
for the
remember. I
acceptance.
remember I made a skate video, dude, and I don't know where it is anymore. But I remember like that's like the only piece of content I ever made, a skate video, and I think I put it up on YouTube when it first started, and I just fucking never came back to it. Maybe if I had kept going right now, we too would be in McLarens.
Yeah, you'd be crashing your McLaren.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's the internet necessarily. I think it's just
It's the
content in
money, dude.
general. Like I
It's the
said, there was
money.
stuff on TV that we were watching that made encouraged us to do stupid shit too. You know, I mean, and I hate to say it, but like Jackass and things like that. Uh, you know, even though now as I'm older, I can watch that shit and like look at it as, you know, for what it is, and not necessarily like I'm not gonna go out and do
No,
any of the stuff
it's
that they're
just funny.
doing.
It's entertaining.
It's just entertainment. You know, they're essentially they're like stunt performers at this point. But you know, as a kid, it's like you don't know no better.
Nah.
You're just looking at it and I want to be like Johnny Knoxville.
You know what? And
You know,
sometimes it works out. Like that dude that ended up in the last Jackass movie, that he started out doing YouTube videos, you know, fracturing his nuts on every piece of furniture in the
oh,
house.
Zach.
Zach. There you go. That's his name.
Yeah, he was doing a lot of. I know he was doing a lot of
Yeah.
crazy stuff
So I
before
mean,
he got on
sometimes it
there.
pays off, but damn, I don't know. You think this was worth the gram, dog? You think
Oh man.
$200,000 plus? Hopefully, he's paying for his camera guy's medical bills. That's
Yeah.
the
I
least
mean,
you could
when
do,
you
bro.
brought that up, you know, of course, like the first thing that comes to mind is like, and this is something that I'm sure other people have brought up and commented on or asked, but it's like, did you know, I wouldn't, like, I wouldn't assume that he didn't do it on purpose, but it's like when your instinct is to get somebody and tell them like keep recording, it's like,
Oh no, he did
what
it on purpose. He wanted the content.
you think he crashed his McLaren on
No, he
purpose?
didn't crash it on purpose.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying.
he got out and he goes, "You need to keep working." Like he knew he's like, "This is gonna rocket me to to fame." But unfortunately, it was infamy.
You know, why recording in
No,
the
no,
rain
no.
now?
He was a stupid kid. He was streaming. He was reading chat while he was streaming on his phone, and
Uh,
he was just being. That's what I'm saying. He was just being an idiot all around.
yeah,
Like the
just fucking
instant
up.
you saw the video and you see the phone in his hand, you're like, this kid's gonna fucking crash. Like, there's no two ways that the
Yeah,
combination of not paying attention while you're driving a car you should not be behind the wheel of, and the rain, as heavy as it was, dude, you couldn't even see 40 feet in front of that car. Like, that was heavy rain. It-
yeah,
Dude
hundred
was gonna
percent.
lose it. Dude was,
Yeah,
if he didn't crash there, he probably would have been like, let's be fun and take this off ramp a little too fast, which I think would have been worse. Because at least this way he was able to fucking sideways skid into the railing as opposed to over the ledge on an off ramp.
hmm,
So I don't know. I think this kid was
yeah. He
really
definitely
lucky,
got
dude.
off
He's
lucky.
got to learn from this. If you don't learn from this, it's like, dude, I
Yeah,
lost cause for humanity. I'm
yeah,
sure at that point it
yeah.
sucks, but.
He's not gonna make it.
Eh. Oh, this last point before we go. Apparently, this kid is a piece of shit. That he signs girls to contracts to make OF content, and then he takes more than 50% of the money from and then all he does is promote their OFs. Yeah, bro. What do you think of this fucking kid now? This kid's a
Oh
piece
my
of
god.
shit.
Yeah,
I didn't even want to talk about that because I was like, this is he's a piece of shit for this anyways. But I at least wanted to talk about like doing the stupid shit and how like fuck you could have at least avoided that. Like the most avoidable thing in your life, you could have got away with. But some kids never learn, dog. Pobrecito. I
yeah.
feel bad for that car.
Man, I mean, like you know, they're lucky that they lived through that. But
Yeah, cause there's been
and that, to
I'm
me, it's
telling you,
like
dog.
if you're in that position and then you're telling your cameraman that in that moment, it's almost kind of like when you're drunk and it's like the most heightened version of yourself comes out. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of truth to the way that you're acting
It's
when
the
you're
whole
super drunk.
negative
You know what I
you.
mean?
Yeah. It showed his scumbaggery. Like I said, it showed his scumbaggery.
Yeah,
What
on full
was
display.
stopping him from him holding the fucking camera? He wanted to be in the shot. He wanted to be in the shot. And it's funny because then later he poses sitting on like the crushed hood of the car up against the railing. He takes his shirt off and sits up there like, oh man, this is unfortunate. When you're fucking your
Yeah,
cameraman's over here
he's
struggling to
like,
keep the
we got to
camera
get the
straight.
thumbnail.
Yeah, this kid's a piece of trash, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
he
I mean,
I hope he's deplatformed off of everything after this, dude, because I think that's the
yeah.
only
At the
way to
same
keep this
time,
kid alive, bro.
he's a scumbag, but then I mean, great thing about being young is you got time to learn, man.
Yeah,
So
hopefully he does.
I hope he turns it around, man. I hope he
Yeah,
figures his shit out, and
yeah. You'd hate to see another young kid die because of his fucking YouTube fame.
yeah,
It's
or
fucking it's hard.
I think worse, you get somebody else killed.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, thank y'all for watching and listening to our conversation this week. Let us know some of the dumb stuff you did as a kid. Like I used to go to the top of my second story building and then hang over the ledge of the wall and then jump down to the floor below.
Hmm.
How I never broke both my legs. Kids are resilient.
Yeah, yeah. I was a bit of a daredevil too, but
It's that's.
I lived. I
You
lived.
think of the stuff now that you did as a kid, and you're like, how am I still here, dude?
Yeah. But
Now
then now you're
imagine
seeing this like
that with the
new
camera.
generation, the new level. Now you're in a $200,000 car, and fuck, dude,
All right, we'll leave you
super
with
lucky,
peace.
super lucky to live.
Peace.
Peace.